The WeedPornDaily podcast is brought to you by the WeedPornDaily torch. It's a new kind of thing. The WeedPornDaily podcast is brought to you by the WeedPornDaily head shop. Head over to our head shop right now. Check out some weed socks, hemp wicks. We're your one-stop shop for stoner supplies. We've got all your stoney needs. Not really, but we're working on stocking everything that we can get. Currently, we have rolling papers, we have hemp wicks, we have tips, we have glass pieces. Occasionally, we have stickers, apparel, and more stony goodness. Just check it out and use the coupon code PODCAST when you go to our shop, WeedPornDaily.com/shop. for 10% off. And, if you want to advertise with the Weed Porn Daily podcast, get your business here in this permanent sector, this rehashable, if I may, format of content. And if you want to advertise on the podcast, head over to WeedPornDaily.com/advertising, and you can check out our advertising information, our advertising packages, all that jazz. And I'm about to take a hit here. So if you guys may join me. I hope you have your hash nails heated. Your edibles have been consumed 20 minutes prior. I hope that your bong hits have been prepped. I hope that your dab, like mine, hasn't cooled off, and I hope that your torch doesn't get jammed, because that would suck. We're actually running out of fuel. I don't know if we'll get this dab this time.
No, we'll do it.
We'll do it. We'll get a dab.
That's why you took so long. I interrupted.
Well, it's like, there's certain information that has to be conveyed, man. I can't cut. There's only so much intro I can cut before
We're good.
red hot, taking a dab. Cheers. Ooh. Just as stimulating on radio as it is on Weed Porn Daily TV, the Nectar Collector. Or should I call it the oil straw? Welcome to the Weed Porn Daily podcast, the triumphant return. I am Grouch, the editor, owner, designer, the dude dabbing it up, finally. Here with the lovely, talented Mrs. Weed Porn Daily.
It's wonderful to be here.
Here. Yes, we'll talk about here in another podcast.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, it'll be another separate podcast.
Okay, so we are being serious.
Yeah.
This is the news.
This is some like high-end news music here. This is
Very.
The news. Yes, let's cut it in.
Oscar.
Yeah, more like, hey Oscar, remember. So we're gonna continue with the old format. We're gonna hit up some of the news. We've got some news lined up for you. Clearly, we have plenty of news to catch up on. But we're just going to talk about the latest news, just keep you up. I mean...
So much happens.
So much happens, and I want to keep it news, to some extent. So we're going to go over the news. You can follow along by heading over to the podcast post, and we'll have a list of all the news articles that we discuss. You can also head over to the news tag on Tumblr and check that out. You can also check your state tag, activism, crime, and legalize space it. All great tags to check for the news, or just the Weeducation section in general. So let's jump
right into
the news. Aspen police. Man with hammer robs pot shop. Aspen police are searching for a hammer-wielding man wanted in the Tuesday robbery of a recreational marijuana shop. Authorities say the suspect was known to the store employees. So it's not just some crazy like hammer guy doing a smash and grab. Nah, this is
Homie's doing a smash and grab.
homie who's a regular or some shit, or who's been scouting out the place.
That's a shame.
Officials say the man stole about $11,000 in marijuana products from the business called Stash on the 700 block of the East Durant Avenue just after 12:30 p.m. Tuesday. So boom, like high noon, this guy is fucking out with his hammer, and $11,000 worth of like he must have like smashed the glass chamber where they had like the big
concentrates,
like the big slab, yeah, of concentrate waiting, or like I don't even know like how much you can smash and grab at once, or like did he smash the thing and like order them to fill up bags?
Like he was gonna threaten to hurt them.
Yeah, like I'll hammer you, bro.
Oh gosh, don't say that.
So that was via the cannabis. Just want to confirm that. Always sad when we see it, but at the same time, you know, this is better than the black market.
Yeah.
You know, like my homie in fucking Florida, if he gets robbed by a hammer point, that doesn't necessarily isn't reportable to the police as much as a permitted, licensed, legal, regulated building that you know, police are supposed to protect. You know, it's under their jurisdiction. Mm-hmm. So hopefully this guy's caught. I mean, they knew the guy. They can give a pretty decent profile.
I'm sure it's already being handled completely.
Yeah, some dude with a hammer is in jail right now. Confiscated hammer.
Confiscated, I hope.
So this one, speaking of Florida homies, Florida man asked officers to investigate a burglary at his home where cops find 14 pounds of marijuana. This comes to us from the New York Daily News. Edward Johnson III, 36, received a text from a friend Wednesday that there might be a burglar in his second-floor apartment, according to TV station WFTS. So, he flagged down a Tampa police cruiser that was driving down the street and asked the officers to investigate. They entered the home and did not find any evidence of a burglary, but the incident did end with an arrest after they found an extensive amount of cannabis. It wasn't just your farmer's market, grow a few plants. It was quite an elaborate setup, Tampa Police Department spokeswoman Andrea Davis told the station. Johnson was charged with cultivation and possession of cannabis and drug paraphernalia, the station reported. So really sad. This is like, boom, right there. Like, you know, you have a crime and you want to report it to the police. You know, you want to be a part of the system. You want to trust the system. You want to feel like you're safe and part of a community where, you know, we pay as tax-paying citizens, hire this, like, police force to help us in these particular situations. And what happens?
Nope.
Nah, bruh. We're going to take your buds and bring you to jail. It's a sad situation. It's one of the things that...
in Tampa.
Yeah, in Tampa. Tampa was blowing up, man. Every time I saw Florida people on Instagram.
It's just that Tampa, people are getting, like, too comfortable. I can speak about it because I have a cousin that's a part of this whole, like, little subculture here. And it's just that people are getting too comfortable with their dabbing and their dab rigs and, like, the little glass shows that they fucking put together and shit with people from St. Pete's and shit. And...
I'm calling you out, St. Pete.
I'm calling you out. Yeah, oh, totally. I will never go back there, ever. I've spent way too much time there. But certainly, yeah. I can imagine how that person must have been so comfortable with his living because he forgot the law existed. Like I couldn't imagine his head just didn't snap. Like the synapse didn't make a connection.
Yeah, like I have a bunch of weed at home. I'm just gonna invite a cop in. It's cool.
He just totally forgot.
Like, forgot what world he lives in. Man posts photos of himself with pot plants. Now he's facing charges. This comes to us from the Cannabis in New Jersey, via New Jersey. Authorities have charged a man who they say posted online photos that showed him with marijuana plants he was growing at an abandoned lot in southern New Jersey. Winslow Township Police told the Courier Post of Cherry Hill that residents had recently reported that 7 marijuana plants were on the property. Around that same time, they say 20-year-old township resident Connor Kennedy allegedly posted numerous photos of himself with the marijuana plants on Instagram. Authorities say GPS coordinates in the photos' data led investigators to the grow site, and they allegedly found Kennedy tending to the crop during overnight hours.
Okay, just Internet Safety 101 people.
Location services off.
Location services off and turn off geotagging. What are you doing? Obviously, I get it, you're 20 years old, but you should know better. I know 10-year-olds that know you should turn off geotagging. It is dangerous. It'll get you in trouble in a million different ways besides with just the police. It is very, very dangerous.
Well, this isn't the first time that we've heard of someone getting in trouble because of geotagging. A lot of glass, really heady, expensive
Burglaries.
glass, gets stolen from the community because people just forget to turn off geotagging. And they'll head over to a friend's house, they'll take a picture of their rig, and suddenly their friend's house, boom, like coordinates are there for
Locked.
any person to come and just take that piece. So you gotta really be careful.
It's a real shame because people, they just lose their pieces and it's gone. And not everybody has a good catalog of all their pieces, like, in case something happens.
Mm-hmm. So moving along to Colorado.
This is interesting.
Interesting news. Affecting Token Daily, Red Band, Dane,
Babyface.
and the other Babyface. Squirrel Man.
Squirrel Whisperer.
Goes by many names. The man of many names, many faces.
Many babyface.
Many baby faces. You just walk into the room and it's columns and columns of many little babies' faces with slight beards.
I'm so sorry.
Looking stoned on various different levels.
I'm so sorry.
Judge bans Bongathon from town site of Stoner in southwest Colorado. So the Bongathon is actually held in an unincorporated town called Stoner in Colorado. You know, we have weed in California. We have Stoner in Colorado. We have nothing in Florida. This comes to us via the Canvas. A district judge in Montezuma County on Wednesday issued an injunction against the Bongathon from holding the 32-year-old annual event in the small unincorporated town of Stoner. John Baxter, the county's attorney who filed the injunction request, confirmed the decision to the Denver Post, but declined to say much more. "I don't have a comment on it," he said. The Cortez Journal first reported the judge's decision. The newspaper says that the complaints from more than 24 neighbors prompted the request from an injunction.
I can't imagine.
Stoner is a town site that lies on the Colorado 145, about 65 miles northwest of Durango. Event organizer Chris Jeter of Aurora told the Denver Post that he was prepared for the decision and had already relocated his private, invitation-only marijuana smoking competition. "We're not disclosing the location," Jeter said. "The only people that will see the location will be the registered invitees."
Fascinating.
So we've posted videos about Bongathon before from Token Daily, Red Band, all those people.
It's a fascinating thing.
It's a crazy event. If you guys haven't heard of it, it's like they have like singles events. They have team-based events like 3s and I think 5s. And the singles event, you basically sit down with a bong. You sit down with a gram of flour. You sit down with like another person in front of you, I think, maybe as a helper. I don't even know. And they help you grind up the bud and pack your bowls and stuff, but that's it. And then you just sit there with a lighter and blaze the bowl down. And the goal is to not only just blaze the bowl down and like, you would think you would take the bowl out, pull out the ash, whatever. No. To make it like true, like you cache the bowl, you've got to smoke the bowl until you pull it through the bowl into the downstem into the bong. and deposit that ash into your water. So you're just constant. By the end of it, it's
That's
just like a black
disgusting.
bong. Yes, it's crazy. But that's the only way they can quote unquote tell that you've smoked it all. Rather than having them pull it out into a tray where you can easily see, like, oh, see, he didn't even burn this. This shit's still green. No, let's put it into water where it's fucking whatever, man, whatever. Let 32 years in an event. Apparently they know what they're doing. But yeah, they sit down with the bong for the triples event. The 3 people. What is it?
You have like the hookah style.
30 Love. You fucking is it hookah style for that
The
one?
3? Yeah, they have the things and.
No, I think that's for the 5.
That's for the 5
For the
sure.
5, and then
Yeah.
for the 3, they pass the bong around,
Do they?
and they have to finish like 7 grams between 3 people,
Oh yeah.
and it's like 1 bong, yeah, and it's a crazy event. And then the 5 is where they have a special bong with like 5 hookah attachments, and your goal is to smoke all the weed with that. And there's like a famous GIF I've posted where the dude is like hitting the 5 hookah thing, and he's got a big giant blowtorch, propane, and he's just lighting the weed on fire with the propane torch because that's the only thing that could create like a big enough flame and fast
Right,
enough
that's
flame.
heat enough. Yeah.
Yeah, intense shit going down at the Bongathon.
You have to imagine that all of this happens while everybody's sitting in the grass in like little lawn chairs. And
Oh yeah, we didn't even set. I
no,
didn't even
hold on.
paint
Yeah,
the setting.
let me
I'm
set it up.
sorry.
I let you talk.
Can't paint this canvas for me.
Yes. So imagine a line of, let's say, 20 people. So it's 20 people sitting in a chair, like a little metal chair, fold-out chair. And then they have one, like, assistant, the person who monitors them, like a volunteer. And they're the person who judges them. Like, they're like the secondary judge or whatever. And they all stand in a line with them, and they all, like, sit with them. And it's inside of, like, a giant white, like, outdoor party venue event tent kind of thing. And there's like a little stage, and they have speakers and all that stuff, but it's very bare bones.
Remote.
It's okay. Imagine if you've ever seen The Sound of Music when they sing, like when the hills, like
The
hills are alive. These are the hills because they are this beautiful, large green of pasture. I let you talk.
Sorry. Go ahead.
And so it has this large pasture that it's flatland, and it's just full of RVs, pickup trucks, tents, porta potties, and it's just like people.
There's a dude rolling by on a couch that has motorized like wheels under it, and they're just sitting on the couch and rolling by, like lots of stonery.
Yeah, and you see
Stonery
people
stuff.
like with cars that are like painted with cannabis leaves and stuff. Or, there's people with giant kegs of like homebrew Kush beer and whatever. And it's all kind of hippy-dippy, but it's a little bit strange. Like everybody's roughing it out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless you see somebody with like a really big RV, which I think is like the only way to go, honestly.
Yeah.
But
That'd be the only way I can do the Bongathon, honestly. I mean, I could go out there in a tent or whatever and rough it, but why? Like, it's high elevation already. I want to
Yeah.
be comfortable when I'm getting really fucking stoned. I don't want to, like, lay on, like, dirt. I want to be able to lay in a bed and relax and not worry about bugs.
like in a big valley. Yeah.
But it's pretty beautiful. I mean, last
gorgeous.
time they recorded a double rainbow going down just because of how high the elevation was, how close the clouds were to the ground. It was pretty cool.
It was beautiful. Absolutely.
Definitely gonna keep you guys posted on the footage that'll come from this week's event, this month's. I think it's this week.
Probably this weekend. It's Thursday.
So some news from the Washington front, where they recently legalized recreational cannabis. Washington passes open container law for marijuana. This comes to us from Newsweek. A new state law, House Bill 1276, will update the state's open container laws for vehicles to include marijuana. The law stipulates that marijuana, like alcohol, must be kept in the trunk of a vehicle in an unopened container or in another part of the passenger cabin, not normally occupied or directly accessible by the driver or passengers. The law, signed by Governor Jay Inslee on June 30th, will take effect September 26th. The law also restores the state's ability to automatically suspend a driver's license if the blood test reveals that the driver is under the influence of marijuana, the Associated Press reports.
Interesting.
So very big news for you guys in Washington. You need to watch your ass if you're token up and trying to drive. They are on you.
Do it before you get in the car.
Yeah. And then march down the fucking city hall and give them a piece of your fucking mind. So the first...
The other person to give a piece of your mind, too.
Yeah. Planned first ever marijuana TV ad pulled from Colorado station. This comes to us from NBC. The first television ad for a marijuana product, set to run on a local Colorado station Tuesday night, has been pulled from the lineup over legal concerns. The 15-second spot for Neos, which makes vape pens infused with cannabis oil, was scheduled for air on Denver ABC affiliate KMGH before the Jimmy Kimmel Live show, a Neos representative told NBC News last week. But Scripps, the parent company of the Denver station KMGH, decided that the commercial shouldn't run, said Valerie Miller, a Scripps communication manager. The local station had previously approved the spot, but then told Cannabrand, the marketing company representing Neos, that the ad would be put on hold indefinitely as the parent company, quote, investigates the legality of airing a federally illegal substance on federal airwaves, end quote, a Cannabrand statement said. Recreational marijuana is legal in Colorado, but not at federal level, as we're constantly reminded by people.
By the banks.
By the banks, yes.
Basically.
By insurance companies.
Yeah.
They're not gonna let. It's medical marijuana, but it's not covered by HMO.
They'll show rape on TV, but they won't show.
They'll show violence. They'll show death. They'll say shit on TV now, but they won't show this ad. I wish I could show you guys this ad via like the radio, but basically it's one of those ads where it just shows like fucking Colorado mountains, shows like a fucking ragtag whitewashed group of like individuals climbing the mountain, and then that's it, and it like flashes the company name, and there's no mention of cannabis, there's no mention of anything, you know, it's really like vanilla, you know, it's no...
Vanilla's a good way, yeah.
It's not throwing it in your face at all. Subversive, or subvertive, if anything. It's like really like low profile. No profile.
Well, I'm sure the concern is because there is no reference to what it is, people could be convinced to purchase it and not be educated about it.
Yeah, like, what is this? Oh, I like the cinematography. I like... These guys look like me.
I want to be like these people.
Yeah, they're climbing a mountain. I climb mountains.
I'm a white person.
I'm white. Yeah.
Sorry.
I have privilege. I live in Colorado too. Yeah. Passengers can now carry marijuana on Oregon flights.
Bomb.
This comes to us via Fox. The passengers traveling on flights within Oregon will be allowed to transport a small amount of weed after the state's recreational marijuana law went into effect July 1st. According to Fox 12 Oregon, people flying through Portland International Airport, Oregon's biggest airport, won't be dragged down from the line and hauled away if security officials spot pot. The Transportation Security Administration, or TSA, said its primary focus was to detect threats to aviation security, not to stop adult marijuana users who obey the state's 1-ounce marijuana limit.
Woo!
The International Business Times reported.
Sorry, I had to celebrate. That was awesome.
Well, it's awesome. Yeah, it's nice. You know, how we just said, like, on a federal level, it's illegal. So flights, you can't fly between states with weed. You can't drive between states with weed. You know, it's still illegal. And this, you know, even flying within states, it was still kind of like a gray area.
Yes.
And this is like one of those affirmations that, it is legal, fully legal within the state of Oregon. As long as you're within the
It's
state.
great for patients that they're like flying from like far distant like towns and things like that. Like it's an excellent way for just in-state travelers just to get their medicine.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Or just
I forget
get their
that,
fucking recreational weed. What am I even fucking talking about?
Like people take flights all the time. Like, oh, I gotta go to this city over here. I don't want to drive through a mountain and go through that hassle. Let me just fly over it.
Exactly.
It's a new reality I have to come to terms with. Chile's lower house of Congress approves marijuana planting bill. This comes to us from Santiago, Chile, via the Global News. A bill to allow Chileans. Or you want to handle it? I don't know. I'll read it and you can.
It's really far.
You do your beef, yeah. A bill to allow Chileans to grow small amounts of marijuana has won approval in the country's lower house of Congress. The measure passed Tuesday on a vote of 68 to 39 with 5 abstentions. It would allow Chileans to grow up to 6 plants for medical, recreational, or spiritual use. The measure still must go before a health commission and be approved by the Senate. Planting, selling, and transporting marijuana is illegal in Chile and carries a prison term of up to 15 years. Chileans who wish to use marijuana for medical purposes must obtain government approval, a process many describe as cumbersome.
Mm-hmm.
Chileans.
Pretty
Man, I wanna fucking go and get my fucking license for this. Let me just grow my plants, man. Like, what is this?
Talk like that?
It's just the closest I can get to Hispanic without going full Mexican, but... And then I would just speak Spanish, but then I would alienate a significant portion of the audience.
I mean, you
It's
could for a
difficult.
while, whatever, who cares? It's our podcast. I mean, aren't we isolating people for speaking English?
Oh, turning it around like Tumblr.
No, okay. I don't know. I think it's great.
Mm-hmm.
I have really high hopes for it. I think it's going to see some momentum, 100%. I know for a fact that it will. Things like this really spread. This is kind of like I don't know, I feel family-wise, like it's something that concerns people, and not in the negative way, not in the afraid way, more like, let's get accessible products, let's get things that are like easy for us to obtain and make it normal. That's like one of the things about Chileans and weed, I feel, from the experiences I've had with many families that I've met and come in contact with and stuff. It's incorporated in our beverages, it's incorporated in some of our foods, and I think it's going to be really nice to get recreational at a certain point and people being able to grow it comfortably. That would be the best thing. I have high hope for Chile for sure.
Chile.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hopefully they get on Argentina.
Uruguay.
Uruguay.
Who wants to get on Argentina?
Nobody wants to go to Argentina.
Whatever.
Fucking, that's it. Boom, bam.
The news?
That's how we handle the news now. Comfortably. Dabbed out. Got a little bit of WeedPornDaily news that we can go over.
Okay.
Of course, as always, there's always buzzings in the office. There's little bees working that I hire, making little wicks. I enslave them.
Oh, I was going to say, real talk, we fucking do that shit with our hands, and we don't get paid.
Yeah. But, fucking got a new job, new life, living in Cali now. We'll talk about that on another podcast, another time.
Dedicated podcast.
Yeah, that's a whole discussion too.
And we're still in the midst of it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's still happening and it's kind of still roughing out.
Yeah. But we can still encompass a lot of events like the migration process, what it took. A lot of people are interested in just how you move from one place to another. And just like, especially from East Coast to West Coast, we were on basically like the fucking
Two ends.
the asshole of, yeah, like one end, and we went to the other end.
Well, I feel like we were at the tip of the penis and now we're in the asshole.
I guess. I was just trying to keep this place in a positive light, but the tip of the penis. Yeah, well, that's where we left off of. Just sitting atop of that scrotum. Just. So yeah, we migrated. Everyone's been really supportive of the process. I've been really happy just to see the reaction that we've received. It's definitely nothing that I could have imagined. And
I know, I'm very happy for us.
the
Happy for you.
yeah, and everything that we've gotten here has been beyond amazing, and it's been like like if you told me that I died like a couple months ago or like a month ago, and this was like heaven or like my death
Limbo?
process or something, limbo, I would believe it, because this almost seems like a fabrication of my own mind's construction somehow, like my subconscious just trying to give me what I want in my like death coma or something. I don't know.
Okay, interesting.
But it's just been, that's how good it's been, you know. It's just been, I went from a guy who was like homeless and who had been like abandoned by his family and in hard times and in debt, to a dude who's debt free basically and living a brand new life. It's pretty crazy. But we'll get into that in another podcast, of course. It's a deep pool to dive into. But we just got some new business cards. We've been, now that we're in Cali, of course, we gotta pass them out. Now that I go to local dispensaries and head shops and things like that, I can start passing out my business
You gotta
information pimp.
put your business card in the fishbowl now.
Yeah. I gotta be one of those guys. So I went and I made
What a free meal.
some. I went and made some business cards, real quick. Won a free meal. Free like
dab.
Free gram or something. Yeah.
A free cup of shake.
Yeah. That shit. We'll talk about that. First time patient encounters. How it was like to purchase medical marijuana for the first time.
We can talk about the scary process.
Yeah. Because we got our medical cards like the second day we were out here, I think it was. Like, we landed, I had to like sleep and eat chicken nuggets, and then the next day we tackled the beast.
Yes.
And got bud. Mm-hmm. But now that we have business cards, we're gonna really be pimping the services. I gotta really just sell myself as a guy who can create just online marketing solutions for head shops and move their products and be able to promote them and maybe review them, create like events, local events, giveaways, coordinate things like that, help them with social media, help them with graphic design, branding, help them if they need maybe some stickers, art, graphics done, help them out, maybe feature them on the cannabis business database that I've finally been finishing up. I figured out, I just sat down, I was like, I'm in Cali now. I have no excuse, like, this database has to get made, and I just figured out a bunch of the things that were holding me back, and just finish the database, basically. I just have to figure out the archive section, maybe a little search page or something, just a few more interface places to play with, and then I'm going to start just massively inputting businesses all across the world, head shops, dispensaries, medical marijuana delivery services, just cannabis companies in general, even if they're not like fucking Puff It, fucking Pure, fucking Purr, Hemp Light, any brand will be on there as well.
Well, it's like, this is an industry. It's not just a business of dispensaries. It's not just a business of edible makers. It's like an interconnected web that it creates this whole infrastructure. You know, we can get you marijuana attorneys. You know, maybe we're gonna have profiles for those kind of things so that you can get access to these kinds of people.
Just about connecting the cannabis companies with the cannabis consumers, man. Because there are just so many companies out there just booming, popping up, and there's just no easy way to find them. You know, you can Google them, and it's just 1 in a million, and there's just really no dedicated place to find them, and I'm hoping to bring that solution to you guys. But that's progressing pretty nicely.
You're working on it steadily.
Steadily getting it done. Just big changes coming soon to the website. Now that we're in Cali, I've got no excuse. So a lot of the ideas, concepts, and things I've been toying with are finally going to be implemented, or if not implemented, polished, and really just trying to create the best product I can here with the website and the services that we offer. Really going to up the head shop, you know, in every single way, with the product line, the customer service, the shop layout. Like, everything is just gonna get bumped up. I gotta work on themes. Like, there's so many things to work on. I'm refining, writing, reworking a significant amount of articles for the Weeducation section of the site.
Cool.
Just lots of stuff going down. Lots of work.
A lot of new media. Like when we're doing the podcast, for those people who don't know, youtube.com/WeedPornDaily, they can check out the daily grind videos that you were working on, which is also a new thing that you've been dedicating yourself to.
Every single day, new vlog with me smoking weed, talking about the day, talking about something. I realize more as I do it. I'm like, wow, this is very Token Daily-esque. But I don't know, I feel like it's my own thing. I do it in my own way.
Yeah, everybody's different.
Everybody's different, man. Everybody has their own way of doing stuff.
Everybody has their own talk show.
So, yeah, check it out, Daily Grind on YouTube. It's becoming like a quick favorite with a lot of people. A lot of recurring fans, followers, subscribers, people just vibing or discovering the channel through the Daily Grind and really digging the vibe, the content, the style, leaving lots of positive comments. We've gotten plenty of positive comments, plenty of people just like, hey man, I want to see this, I want to see that. Out. Yeah, like I'm excited for new content, new daily grinds, and just it's like just building momentum. I really
it
really
lights a fire in you.
Yeah, it just keeps me going, keeps me producing, keeps me making better videos or diversifying the content or trying new things.
Like you think to yourself, it's like, I'm not just making these videos for myself and nobody's going to see it, whatever. It's like, people expect this, people want this, people enjoy it, which is, I think, what makes me very happy is that at least some people enjoy this. Some people enjoy it. Some people enjoy the podcast. I hope so.
And we make money.
Oh, yeah, that's like a new thing now, right?
Yeah, it's nice that now that Google AdSense has been, copacetic, cool. I don't know how to put it. They've been finally working with weed-based companies, and we were able to set up an AdSense account and start accruing profits from the YouTube channel. So it's nice. We got a nice little chunk of change.
Disable your ad block.
Disable your ad blockers. Make sure you're seeing those
we are on the approved list.
15, 20-second ads or whatever.
Helps feed us.
Because, yeah, man, every cent adds up really well, and it's just what is it, like a supplementary thing to the monetary income. Helps a lot. Just yeah, but that's about it. I don't know, not too much else happening on the Weed Porn Daily front. I mean, a lot happening. But we just been.
It would be best to surmise it in a few different kinds of podcasts.
Yeah.
And I would say to look forward to you editing. I guess, are we going to start one soon? Are we going to do one today?
Maybe today, maybe another day. We'll see.
Okay. Well, we're going to put together a chain of videos that should come soon, because I think that this is something that we could knock out
Mm-hmm.
I feel very confident in what we did, and I think I what does it hold myself to a high standard of performing, and I think I outdid myself with the planning for the trip, even though I think at the end I messed up. But
Well, we both made our mistakes in some places, and people can learn from our mistakes.
yes, for sure.
But yeah, man, it's just been crazy settling in. Like I've been trying to like rev it and go right to work, and
I love my new life.
I mean I love it. I can't complain at all. I'm super fucking privileged now. I have like my own apartment.
We have privileged people problems.
I have privileged people problems.
We have been spending a week with almost no flowers. We have a bunch of shake that we're like about, and we're stuck with dabs.
Ugh. I can only dab. What a dilemma.
Gossip.
And then Raul just finally changed the microwave after like 2
Baby,
weeks.
don't be mean. His name is Luis.
His name is see I see I'm dyslexic and I like mix up the letters and then swap some out and then just completely disregard it because I don't really care to remember his name.
Okay. Yes, we had a
That
problem with
guy.
our microwave. They apparently didn't check it when we moved in, and now we have a nice microwave. We have nice everything. Honestly, this has been an excellent find of an apartment. The space is wonderful, but we can talk about all of that. But to surmise it, definitely I think our lives made a turn for the better. And I can't wait to come forward and thank so many people for supporting us. Because during our hardest times, so many WeedPornDaily fans came out of the woodwork, donated what they can, shared what they could, and talked about it with their friends and let everybody know that we were struggling, and I couldn't thank anybody more.
I had a bunch of people who actually reached out to me and they were like, "Hey man, I donated." And all of a sudden I see it was like during my I was live tweeting, live Instagramming, live Snapchatting our whole trip to Cali. And at one point someone commented on one of the items and they were like, "Hey man, just a question, because I was one of the people who sent you money when you were GoFunding, your eviction shit. How are you affording tickets to go to Cali?" And shit like that.
Can I just at least put a spoiler and say that we didn't pay for that? We were given that. We were given specifically a budget for travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like that, the GoFundMe helped fix my life in Florida, which I kind of
True,
broadcasted a
right.
little bit on, I think maybe the Daily Grind and other videos. Like, that's what spawned the Daily Grind, because I just was
Working at it.
trying to get WeedPornDaily going while still homeless, still looking for work in other places, and chasing this Cali dream that seemed like a hoax or like a prank more so than a reality. And luckily, the business partner that we hooked up with here in Cali
Is real.
was real, and they were able to help migrate us here, and that helped significantly, So we've been helped by a lot of people to get where we are, and we're definitely hoping to give back a little bit, a lot of bit. And
I'm ready to really become active in the community
mm-hmm.
and be a part of legislator, and there's nothing that can stop us right now.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Except maybe the time of day.
Yeah, we were already looking into going possibly to HempCon. That's like the next Cali-based
We're gonna
event.
have cards, stickers. We're gonna fucking bomb them.
Yeah, we're gonna. I'm just gonna walk in, just gonna throw Stone Goofy stickers everywhere, walk out. We'll take a dab, then walk out. I'm not coming there for nothing. But
Maybe some food.
maybe a little, some tacos or something.
Mm-hmm.
But fucking hey, man, we're in fucking Cali now. It's
And we're gonna work really hard at it.
pretty crazy. Yeah, like now that I'm here, it's no excuses. We've been doing everything. I've been working out.
Yeah, and every each weekend we have spent it working.
Yeah, we go out each weekend exploring the city, hitting up new businesses.
Yes, registering for things. We made sure that everything was registered really quickly, and we just resolved a lot of things. I think just one thing is like my car, and that's gonna take no time at all. So yeah, definitely. We are working at it.
Not the last you'll be hearing of Weed Porn Daily.
If anything, you might be hearing us in a more crisp sounding voice.
Possibly.
We'll look forward
Wouldn't that
to
be
it.
wonderful?
If only.
If only someone would donate.
If only we had a real investor for that. We had an investor for photography and video.
If only we had a stoner down at Stitcher Mics.
Stitcher mics.
I think that's the name of the brand, Stitcher.
Honestly, though, any kind of donation of something that's a very nice mic.
Anything than the iPhone.
Yeah. Like what is it? This is an iPod 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, at least an iPhone, like fucking, what is it, the Galaxy Note sized one? The 6 Plus? Get us at least a 6 Plus to, sorry, to do the voice memo on.
Oh, voice memo? No. I would like a mic. I mean, come on, like, this is, like, we're both, like, to give you an idea, we have a small little desk, and I'm sitting on one side of it, he's sitting on the other side, and we're hunched over a, like, mason jar with sitting on top a little, like, white iPod Touch. Like, hunched over.
Radio studio quality.
Woo! Yeah.
Coming into you at the 10s. But I appreciate you guys listening. Appreciate you guys sticking through. Appreciate everyone following along, loving us, showing us affection, showing us compassion, so many things. And of course, head over to the shop, WeedPornDaily.com/shop. Use the coupon code PODCAST. Save yourself 10% off everything in the shop. We're going to be adding more products soon. Keep your eyes peeled. Now that I'm in Cali, I got plenty of contacts out here. Plenty of shit going down. You're not even going to see some of this shit coming, dude. It's going to be crazy, all these connections that we're making. And of course, make sure to check out our Society 6. I'm going to be releasing a lot of new designs over there. We got new all-over print shirts over there. Expect some all-over Nug shirts. Expect some all-over Stone Disney shirts. Expect a lot of things. And I think there's a $5 off sale going on right now at Society 6 on t-shirts. Check that out. Always sales going on Society 6. I don't control that, though. But I love you guys. As always, I hope you guys check out the Daily Grind. Check out the Cannabis Business Database once it's wrapped up. And just keep on keeping on, man. Things get better. Life changes. Things improve, things get better. Things change. Things fall apart and fall into better places. But sometimes you have to take incredible risks and incredible gambles, and you have to put your neck out. Sometimes you have to face very hard times to get where you're going. But regardless of that, regardless of your journey, know that your end point, know that the entire journey won't be completely fruitless. And focus on the good times, because there have been good times. There are always good times, and there will be good times again. Good times will always be had. It's the karmic balance of existence, and that's why you gotta smoke the kush consistently, so you can offset the karmic balance and possibly get a little more high happiness going on in the life. You know what I'm saying, man.
Like we need to close this podcast.
Stay regular, super stoners.
Oh, crap.
You gotta love it.